Good afternoon, folks. This is the Professional Development Guy. Today we're going to talk about clear communication. Clear communication. When we're just communicating, and we're talking about just communication, at that point, you are really just expressing your ideal, your thoughts, or things that you want to talk about. You're just talking at that point. Nothing wrong with communicating. People say, hey, where's the communication? Well, when I'm communicating with you, I'm only telling you my thoughts, my ideas, and things of that nature. But when I clearly communicate with you, I am focusing on the main idea of what we are talking about or what needs to get done. I'm being very, very concise about what I'm talking about, my idea. I'm being very, very concise about my thought. Those are the two differences between communication and clear communication. There's nothing wrong with communicating, but if you want to get something done, you have to clearly communicate it. You need to focus on that main idea. Those are the two different things. I know a lot of times people say there's no communication, there's no communication. Well, today I'm just going to elaborate on a little more for you on what people really, really mean. You want clear communication because you want to know exactly what they're talking about, exactly what they need to be done, what they want to be done, and exactly their thoughts and their ideas and things of that nature. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Number one, when you want to be a great communicator and do clear communication, you have to be a great listener first. It's not about you always talking. You have to be a great listener first because people will tell you everything that they need or they would like for you to do to make them happy or to make you successful. So you have to be a great listener, and be willing to listen, number one. You have to be willing to listen. Your nonverbal communication, which is your body language and things of that nature, people watch that. If someone is communicating with you, someone is talking to you, they're watching your body language. Unconsciously, they're watching your body language. If that person that's actually communicating, you are watching their body language unconsciously. So our body language is very, very important when we're communicating with one another. Next, you want to be clear. Be as clear as possible, clarity, and be concise as possible onto whatever message, thought, or idea that you're trying to convey. A friendly tone, that always helps. A friendly tone and a smile always helps. Because what that does, that lets that person know that you are welcoming their conversation. You are also listening to what they are saying, or willing to listen what they're saying, and willing to conversate with them. You have to be approachable. A lot of people talk about confidence. If you are trying to convey a message, be confident. Be confident in what you're saying. If you want me to believe what you're saying, I need to feel and see that you believe in what you're saying. Anything that you're trying to get done, whether you're trying to do sales or whether you're trying to get me to do something that I either not want to do or don't feel comfortable doing, I need to know and I need to feel and believe that you, the person who's communicating to me, believe I can do it and believe it should be done and believe it's a good idea to be done. Empathy. We always want to have empathy on everything. We want to understand the person that we're talking to, and we want them to understand us. That's a huge part of communication. You have to have empathy. And of course, respect. We always want to show respect. We hear that all the time. We've been taught that since we were little kids. Talk to respect. At this level, when we're talking business, we're talking with adults, you want to respect someone else's opinion. Your way cannot be the only way. You have to respect what they're saying. Whether you believe in what they're saying or not, respect them enough to at least listen to them. And then have a mature conversation about it if it's something that you all should not do. But it goes back to number one of being a great listener. If you are willing to be that great listener while you're communicating with someone and you actually listen to them, they are going to be willing to listen to you as well. They should at least show you that respect as well. You show them respect first, they'll show you the same respect if you have any objections on whatever they just told you to do or whatever the objection about whatever they just said. But it all going to start with respect. That's a huge thing. We all know this, and everyone wants to feel respected. So we're going to give it so we can receive it, the respect. The next thing we're going to talk about is the medium, meaning we have to know when we're going to talk about this, how we're going to talk about this, and where we're going to talk about it. Where are you going to share your information? All things cannot be said anywhere. All conversations cannot be held in any type of platform. You have to make sure that you're very tactful in choosing the correct platform when you are talking about communicating any information with someone. Based off where we are, I might not listen to you as much. I might not grasp what you're doing. It could be somewhere that's noisy, or it could be somewhere that I don't feel comfortable because there's too many people around and I don't want them to hear what you're saying to me. It could be a correction, it could be an idea, whatever the place may be. So let's make sure that we also think about where we're sharing our knowledge, how we're sharing our knowledge. Those things are very important. The medium of that. And also our tone. Let's make sure we're going to use a tone that's not condescending. And make sure that we're using a tone that's very respectful. We're not raising our voice, and we're doing all the small things that's making that person feel comfortable that we're communicating with. If we want them to clearly understand what we're saying, we have to make sure that we're giving them clear communication and doing all these things that we just talked about to ensure that they feel comfortable enough in a position and willing to receive the clear message, the main focus, the main thought, the main idea that I want to share with them. Folks, this has been your professional development guy. I'd like to thank you for joining us. Please continue to join us. Please subscribe and share the video. If you have any topics or comments that you would like for us to discuss, please feel free to reach out to us at cflynn@expandbc.com. That's cflynn@XPAND, B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie.com. I want you all to enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for listening, and be sure to check us out next week. Have a good weekend.